जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं। जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ಧ್ಯಾನಲೋಕಪ್ರದೀಪಕಂ.
ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುಗದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಮಾಜದ ಆಂದೋಲನದ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು, ಆಧುನಿಕ ವೈದಿಕ ನವೋದಯದ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಅನ್ವೇಷಕ, ಪವಿತ್ರ ಊರಾದ ತಿರುವಣ್ಣಾಮಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ್ಮ ತಾಳಿದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯೋಗಿ, ಕೆಚ್ಚೆದೆಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಂಶೋಧಕ, ದೈವಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ. ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಇಂದು ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ರಹಸ್ಯಾರ್ಥ ಯೋಗ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ನಿಪುಣರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕತೆಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾಕಾರ, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ತೋರುವ ಗುರುಗಳು. ಅವರ ವಿವೇಕದ ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ಅವರ ನಗುವಿನ ಆ ಸಂತಸ ಹಾಗೂ ಅವರ ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಸುಮಾರು 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನರೊಡನೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಆನಂದಮಯ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮರೆಯಲಾರದ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಸರ್ವಧರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಣೇತಾರಂ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ರೂಪಿಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಸನಾತನಂ ಪುಣ್ಯಂ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದಾಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತಂ. ವೇದ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸಂವೇದ್ಯಂ ದೇವದೇವಿ.
Secret doors to enlightenment. The doors towards enlightenment through the path of yogic physiology and through the path of yogic psychology. Path of yogic physiology means, I can give you hundreds of examples: Hatha yoga, asana, pranayama, breathing techniques. All these are yogic physiology. And yogic psychology means cognitive shift, means giving you the right understanding about the self, God, giving you clear understanding about man, universe, man-made self and man-made universe. Giving you the ultimate experience through these understandings is yogic psychology. In this verse, Bhagavan is opening both the doors. He is opening the door of yogic physiology and yogic psychology. See, if you understand the yogic physiology, how your physiology functions by its nature, how it functions if the social biomemories are added, if the society's patterns are inserted, and how the same organs, sense organs behave, function, if the yogic psychology is added to your life. This whole is what I call understanding of yogic physiology. For example, let me touch only one part of your physiology, the spleen. Normally how a man's spleen functions, if he is given the social conditioning of fight or flight response, how the spleen functions, if he is given the spiritual response, I can say yogic psychology, the way to face the reality, if he is given that understanding, how his spleen functions. Spleen does not need outer situation to make you feel suffocated or threatened. Same way, your root center does not need outside man or woman to make you experience the stimulation. They are independent of external expression because the strength of your reproductive organs and the spleen is stronger than any other organ of your body, especially the organ through which you perceive the jnanendriyas, like eye, ear, tongue, smell, touch. Your reproductive organ and spleen both are more powerful, stronger, have upper hand than your jnanendriyas. So, your jnanendriyas input means the physical input is not required for your spleen to make you feel threatened or your reproductive organ to make you feel excited or elated or triggered. You don't need external stimuli to experience some of the strongest experiences of your life. What a pathetic condition human beings are. Strongest experiences of his life is lust and fear. For both, he doesn't need to be dependent on the external world. It means external world is immaterial. Just your spleen and the reproductive organ can exploit your whole life and manage your whole life as it wants. Just the idea somebody can harass you is enough to make you take the decision of going in some other direction. In that direction again, the same idea, somebody else can harass you, can make you take the diversion in some other direction. So you are constantly taking diversion just with the idea that somebody can harass you without any input of real harassment from the external world, without any data which can concretely create fear or fight, flight, freeze response in your system. Just your spleen can manage to make you run around continuously, take diversion, take diversion, take diversion, take diversion.
ಖಿನ್ನತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕೊಲ್ಲುತ್ತಿದೆಯೇ? ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಎದುರಿಸಲು ನಿಮಗೆ ಭಯವಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆಯೇ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ನೆನಪುಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕಾಡುತ್ತಿವೆಯೇ? ಇವೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೂ ಮೂಲ ಕಾರಣ ಬಾಲ್ಯದಿಂದಲೇ ಸಮಾಜವು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸಿರುವ ನಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕವಾದ ಮನೋವೃತ್ತಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಂದ ಹೊರಬರಲು ಒಂದೇ ಮಾರ್ಗವೆಂದರೆ ಈ ನಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕ ಮನೋವೃತ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಾಶಗೊಳಿಸುವುದು. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಸ್ಫುರಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಬಲಯುಕ್ತವಾದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ತಂತ್ರಗಳ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಬೇರೂರಿರುವ ನಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕ ಮನೋವೃತ್ತಿಗಳಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ.
Your life is basically bliss. Anything you feel other than bliss is a samskara, engraved memory. These 4 days I am going to remove those engraved memories from you.
ಮಗುವಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ನೀವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ ಆ ನಿರ್ಮಲವಾದ ಮುಗ್ಧತೆಯ ಆನಂದವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ತರವಾದ ಅವಕಾಶ. ದಿನಾಂಕ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 1 ರಿಂದ 4, 2012. ಸ್ಥಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನಪೀಠ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದಪುರಿ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಗರ, ಮೈಸೂರು ರಸ್ತೆ, ಬಿಡದಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. ದೂರವಾಣಿ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 1800-425-22333, 0974-220-3311.
We have a small book published. The front page will say, how to keep you busy whole day. See the last page. When you turn the last page will say, how to keep you busy whole day. See the first page. See the first page, then again see the last page, again see the first page, again see the last page. Without reading a single page of the book, you can be kept busy whole day. Without having a single incident which can really activate flight, fight, freeze response, you can be kept engaged in fear, in the take diversion mode throughout your life just by your spleen. Just the understanding about spleen. I am not even talking in the yogic psychological way, I am talking in yogic physiological way, is enough to remove terrorism on the planet Earth. Terrorism is nothing but before he attacks, let me attack. There is enough of information and input, he is going to attack me and I am going to be killed. Anyway, before he does that, let me do it. That is all. Is the base of terrorism. That is all. Is basis of all violence. Just the understanding of spleen. That you can be constantly told to take diversion without any real danger in front of you. Same way, you can be constantly excited without real stimuli from the external. Your reproductive organ, by its waxing and waning, the waning and waxing is enough for you to experience the excitement and stimuli without any external object or person required. Just like a moon, your reproductive organ has a waxing and waning period. The experience of the system inside itself is capable enough to give you any excitement or stimulation independent of the input from the external world through your jnanendriyas, external senses. What a pathetic condition human beings are. You constantly believe it is external inputs through your senses makes you take the decision. But that is the worst lie ever taught to you. In those days in the Western schools, they used to teach planet Earth is flat. Please understand, never ever in Eastern schools it was taught planet Earth was flat. It was always taught planet Earth is in a shape which our mind cannot grasp, or it was taught planet Earth is a globe. That was the way the East understood the planet Earth. How the basic lesson which was taught in many Western schools, the planet Earth is a flat. Once that turns out to be a lie, practically every lesson you learnt based on that concept is a lie. Same way, the first lesson you learnt in your life, either from the schools or universities or from your parents or the society, the inputs you receive from the external objects or happenings through your senses is the information or the fact based on which you make decisions is a lie. It is not true. You don't decide fight or flight or freeze. You don't decide that you are excited or enjoying or any of your joy or suffering or pain or fear is not decided by the input of the five senses. It is by the interference of the spleen and your reproductive organ. Practically, almost all the major decisions of your life.
ಓರ್ವ ಅವತಾರ ಪುರುಷರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಬೇಕೇನು? ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಪರಮಹಂಸರೊಡನೆ ಮುಖಾಮುಖಿ.
ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಹಿಯರ್.
ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಅಪೂರ್ವವಾದ ಹಾಗೂ ಅಸದೃಶವಾದ ಉಡುಗೊರೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
You got practically everything and too much for a phone call.
ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನಡೆಯುವ ಸತ್ಸಂಗದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೂ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಉತ್ತರ ನೀಡಲು ಅವರು ಲಭ್ಯವಿರುವರು.
Now you ask anything you want in your life. Ask me any boon you want.
ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆಯ ನಂತರ +918027279999 ಗೆ ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡುವ ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಹಾಗೂ ntv.nithyananda.org ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ನೇರ ಪ್ರಸಾರವನ್ನು ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ.
All the major bondages you create for yourself, all the major restricting patterns you assume for yourself is assumed before any input information data reaches your decision making intelligence through the senses. Before even the experience of solid excitement or solid fear. See, for example, if a tiger is standing in front of you and about to attack you, and your senses, eyes are seeing the tiger, ears are hearing the tiger's sound, and nose is smelling the tiger's smell, and you are deciding to run or fight or freeze, it is all right. It's perfectly all right. The decision is made from the input of your senses. But unfortunately, all major decisions of your life is never taken with the solid experience. Already your spleen has advised, sent the legal opinion to your intelligence, don't go to that direction. You call this as being cautious. Being cautious is nothing but the social justification given to your own ignorance. It is too much for you to believe you are covered, cheap rate, third rate, spleen covered. This is the exact new word I wanted to coin. Spleen covered means not even afraid of the real input, constantly being afraid of the inputs by spleen, which is literally impossible. 100% of your spleen inputs are impossible. Means if you are constantly taking diversion because there may be a tiger, you will never be attacked or suffering with tiger. You will be suddenly bitten by a snake. Because the spleen does not have the capacity even to predict the real danger. It moves around in imaginary danger. The imaginary danger deludes you so strongly. The pattern is evolved in your system such a way, never ever your internal biomemories wait for the possible inputs from the senses. Like a layer by layer, you are almost out of touch with reality, with the real feelings of the people, and you create mess for yourself. Same way with the lust, just like fear with greed. Unfortunately, you are made to believe from the young age the input through the senses is responsible for your decision, which is not true. Input from your internal organs is responsible for your feelings and excitement and the experiences. The waxing and waning period of your internal organs is responsible for the many of the decisions you make. This is what I call essence of yogic physiology. I have given the essence, but I can go on expanding, and Krishna is completely in tune with us. Exactly today only he is introducing this sloka. Sloka towards the sense gratification and yogic psychology. And the essence of yogic psychology, all decisions you make through your intelligence does not get executed by your senses.
ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಎಂದರೇನು? ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಲ್ಲೂ ಸುಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ಅಡಗಿರುವ ಅಸಾಧಾರಣ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯವೇ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗುರುಗಳ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಜಾಗೃತಗೊಳಿಸಬಹುದು. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಜಾಗೃತಗೊಂಡರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ತರುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ, ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ಯಶಸ್ಸು, ಸಂತೋಷಭರಿತ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯವನ್ನು ತಂದುಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಧ್ಯಾನ ಹಾಗೂ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಳಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಇಣುಕು ನೋಟವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪ್ರತಿ ವಾರಾಂತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನಪೀಠ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಗರ, ಬಿಡದಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು.
The essence of yogic physiology is all decisions you make are not from the input through the senses. The essence of yogic psychology is all your actions are not based on the decisions done by your intelligence. Your intelligence says move the right hand, put the left leg behind, but your body goes on doing left leg is put in the front and left hand is moved. It is a continuous pattern, disconnection between your decision. The highest decision making authority in you, which is buddhi, that goes on deciding something and your senses goes on doing something else. This is the essence of yogic psychology. Why? What all are the reason? How to remove those obstacles is the whole subject of yogic psychology. In this verse, Bhagavan very clearly says, understand the yogic physiology. Your decisions are not from the input of your physical senses. And understand your actions are not actually based on your decisions. When these two understanding happens, disrespect to the chaos what you call as life happens to you. What you call as life is a huge chaos. When the disrespect to that chaos happens in you, you start disrespecting your ego. Disrespect getting built on your ego makes you move towards reality. That is the first step. Disrespect to your ego is the first step to experience the higher understanding about you. When I started disrespecting the ego which was getting built in me by the society and family, I am able to easily experience my higher self, Arunagiri Yogeshwara and Meenakshi. See, so many times I have seen, when I awaken your Kundalini, your higher self, your own opinion about your higher self becomes reality. It's like you experience new you about which you are afraid. You are comfortable only with your old you. If I introduce new you to you, that is where people are stuck. Many of you have fear of the higher personality of yourself. If the higher personalities are introduced to you, in all of you, that fear of highest frequency exists. That is the biggest obstacle. The disrespect for your present frequency, disrespect for your present ego is the basic necessary which will be the jumping board for you to jump into the higher frequency. All of you will be able to catch what I mean by going beyond ego. If you are too attached to your ego, you can't go beyond it. You need to have disrespect to it. Only then you can go to the higher frequency or higher experience. Because when a master gives any boon, along with that medicine is also given. Boon and the space in which you are completely fulfilled, both are sent as one package. Essence of what I wanted to explain through this verse and through the understanding of yogic physiology and yogic psychology is all your decisions are not made from the inputs of the senses. All your actions are not executing the decisions made by your intelligence. So have tremendous disrespect to your ego, which will make you, prepare you to take the jump into the higher self.